Hey, welcome. This is a demonstration of the Foobara agent gem. It is an AI agent written in Foobara. For this demo, I have created a demo domain for our agent to operate. It will be a demo LoanOrigination domain. So let me show you what that looks like. So at the top level here, we have a bunch of commands. These are the public interface of our domain, and they encapsulate high-level domain operations. We have a bunch of types. Loan file is a big tree of associations and data, points to things like credit policy, also things like underwriter decision, which will be a big part of this demo. It has decisions like approved, denied, some denial reasons, and so that we can see the loan file data being mutated as the agent runs, we are going to be running this generate loan files report command in a loop, which will extract a few key items from the loan file data tree. So let's go ahead and run that command. If you look here in this file, we have a command line interface command connector, and we are connecting generate loan files report. So let's run this. And we don't get any data because we haven't created any demo records yet. I have a command to create some demo records, so let's take a look at that now. So here is our prepared demo records command, which is going to set up some demo data for us. It will create 3 different credit policies that will either be denied or approved for different reasons, and we will create 3 different loan files to attach these credit policies to. So let's first talk about the loan files. So Barbara's going to have a credit policy that is going to be denied due to FICO score. Basil is going to have a credit policy that's going to be denied due to insufficient income verification. And Fumiko is going to be on a lenient credit policy, and we expect her to be approved. Now, for each of these loan files, we are going to create the exact same data to keep things conceptually simple. They're each going to get exactly 1 pay stub, and they're going to get the same 3 credit scores, with a median of 650 and a maximum of 750. So now let's look at the credit policies. We can see that all of the credit policies require a minimum FICO score of 700, but this credit policy uses the median FICO score, which makes it harder to pass this requirement, whereas these 2 use the maximum, making it easier. This credit policy, however, requires 2 pay stubs for income verification, but these other 2 only require 1. So I have a script here called prepare loan records, which just runs this command directly. Let's execute that. And now let's look at our data. And I'll do it over here in this smaller terminal so I can fit all the data on the screen. And there we have our 3 records. And I want to run this in a loop. So we'll run this every 2 seconds. And now let's make our agent finally. So I'm going to make a copy of LoanOrigination to put our agent into. So let's look at this. And agent is just a command connector. So I'm just going to replace the command line interface connector with an agent. And we do want to interact with it on the command line interface. So I'm going to require agent CLI for that. We want verbose output so that we can see what decisions the agent is making. And I'll go ahead and give it a name, underwriting agent. And we want to run CLI. And I can actually get rid of a couple of these commands because I happen to know what the agent actually needs. So I'll do that. And now let's run it. Okay, so I'm going to ask it to review a loan file. Review it. Thanks. I'm polite with it, even though it's a waste of tokens. We can see it making decisions here of which commands to run. We should see Barbara go into in review. Barbara's in review. We expect her to be denied on credit score. We can see it finding a credit policy, starting the underwriter review, and we can see it denying on low credit score. And it did use 650 as the credit score used, which was the median credit score. So I should stop here and point out that this agent just does what it thinks it needs to do, and it does not ask permission to do it. So be careful with that. And if you'd be interested in helping add a mechanism to ask permission in contexts where that would be desirable, please reach out. So let's ask it to do the remaining loan files. Loan files. Okay, so we should see Basil go into in review. And there he is. And denied 4 pay stubs, but it did use the maximum credit score as expected. We expect Fumiko to be approved, and Fumiko is approved. She's in drafting docs. Other 2 are in denied. It used the right credit score. And we get a message. That was the previous message. Here's the message for the last 2 that it ran. And let's just say goodbye. Now, something I would love to demo now is I can actually get data back from the agent that I can use programmatically, but that starts to feel a bit like using the agent as if it were a command instead of a command connector. And so now what I want to do is demo the agent-backed command, which I will do in a follow-up video. So to be continued. And thanks for watching to the end.